Oh, there we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big one. Big one. Come on. Come on. Watch him wake on it. Yes, sir. Oh, my good. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to 200 Ponds. My goal in this series is, of course, to fish 200 different ponds for bass, teaching you guys everything I learned along the way. I am excited. We're at a brand new pond, never been here before here in Southeast Texas. Hopefully gonna catch some big bass, some numbers of bass, and teach you guys some stuff about bass fishing. My name's Tyler. Let's get down to pond number 103. All right, so the lures I'm gonna fish today, I don't know what they're gonna be. I think I'm gonna throw a top water. I think I'm gonna throw a suspending jerkbait, but it may be a little too shallow, even for this one that only dives 2 to 3 foot. And then I might throw a wacky or a Nico rig. The sun just came out, what the heck? But as I look down the bank here at this pond, I'll explain the pond we're fishing, the conditions, all that kind of stuff here in a second. I don't know if a topwater popping frog is the best one for this situation. So I'm gonna get myself my Evolution tackle bag. This video is brought to you by Evolution Fishing. I partnered with them early on in 2024. They have some awesome tackle solutions. This here is the largemouth tackle bag, and you can use code TRF20 to save yourself 20% on your entire order of tackle bags, line bags, pond fishing backpacks, everything in between. I'll have my discount code linked down there. Shopping using that code is a great way to help support the TRF channel. And in the last 200 Ponds video, we had a giveaway for one of these. All you had to do was comment your PB largemouth bass. It's time to see who wins this bag. Congratulations, Danny SHI says, I just started fishing this year and caught a 2-pounder flipping some tulies. I'm a pond angler, so this series has been so helpful. Congratulations. Email me, tylersreelfishing@gmail.com. This largemouth bag, tackle not included, you don't get all my tackle, is yours. I'll get it shipped to you right away. But sponsor plug out of the way, we got to get ourselves a new topwater to replace the popping frog. I think, matter of fact, I don't think, I know I'm gonna go with this walking bait right here. Actually, no, chrome. Yeah, how about that, huh? Comment below, am I gonna smoke them on this topwater? I hope so. So topwater and other lures are rigged, but surprise, we have Taylor cam today. So Taylor will not be fishing this area of the pond. He's actually gonna drive our car around to the other side. He'll fish that side. And it's gonna kind of be a bait fish. I've got one more lure to tie here, a little Mach schooler, kind of bluegill baitfish color on a flashy swimmer hook and a jerkbait. He's gonna throw nothing but bluegill colors. So bluegill thunder cricket and a bluegill swim jig. We're gonna see which one gets more bites. Maybe it's a location deal, maybe it's a lure deal. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's fish.
Good luck.
Good luck. I don't need luck. I have skill. So the conditions I have for today's pond is early fall time here in Texas. Now, I'm fishing in Southeast Texas. I'm from North Texas. I live north of Dallas. And so the climate is way different down here. We were experiencing a cold front as I was leaving Dallas. And believe it or not, I'm actually sweating down here in Southeast Texas. So I'm not sure if fall has really affected this area yet, what cold fronts have hit it, what the water temperature is like. But I know two things are true. One, water color is good here. I can already see just from the 5 feet away from the bank, I can see in the water 1 to 2 foot, which is great. We have lots of shoreline grass here. Remains to be seen what kind of grass we actually have in the water. Actually, 3 things are true. The second being they had a ton of rain here over the last few days. So this pond should be at least 1 foot higher than it was a few days ago. Who knows what that will do to the fish. And the third condition being the forage of this pond. I see bluegill and baitfish popping kind of all around the mid-depth to middle of the pond. So that's why I think Taylor and I both stand a good chance of catching a fish. But of course, it's bass fishing. You never know how it's gonna play out. So let's get to covering water. No big camera today, just chest cams and 3 rods. I'm throwing a big walking bait, but it's totally possible with these bait fish in the fall being smaller than average that a very small walking bait is probably a better choice. If I don't get any bites on a big one, I will be testing that theory out. We have what I think is the perfect amount of wind today. It was cloudier earlier. The sun is poked out, which I'm not super excited about, especially with the clarity of the water. Fall fish are notoriously hard to get to commit anyways, and so I'd rather have cloudy weather and wind, but ripple is good. I'll take it over dead calm for sure. I'm just having doubts if the chrome large sized 3 hooked sexy dog is the right topwater, if topwater's even the move at all, to be honest. But I hear an evening topwater bite can be good, so that's what we're trying today. We're starting fishing around 4:15 in the afternoon, which after, what is it, daylight savings time, whatever we do in the fall, it gets dark a lot earlier. Well, I wonder what Taylor thinks so far of this pond.
All right, we made it to our spot. Big surprise. I'm throwing a Thunder Cricket because what else would I throw? Lots of good grass right here on the bank. Feels fishy. Gotta be one on this tree right here, right? Okay. I might have to get wet. Wow.
The fall is the one time of the year, I guess sometimes summer, but mostly fall, when I'll really still focus my cast with top water in all depth zones. So not just parallel the bank, I'll also cast relatively out in the middle. I mean, if it's like, you know, 20 plus feet deep, I won't. But with how the bait fish move in the fall and how fish chase them around, it's possible to get a topwater bite out there in the middle if you're in a regular depth pond. So I got nothing on that point. Gonna burn it in and get way out there in the middle just for a maintenance cast and to see if anything's out there. I've got my 2 finesse rods, a finesse bait caster and a spinning rod if I need to. And you know what? I'm kind of already thinking that fall hasn't quite hit Southeast Texas, so I may need to get back to finessing, which I don't like, but I'll do it if I need to. Oh my gosh, holy cow. Hey buddy, hey, Peter Rabbit. Can you find a carrot for me? Is he like injured or? Hey buddy. Where'd he go? He's in here. Oh, there he goes. I don't think any fish are going to be that shallow because as I look in the water right here, I see green plants, and I'm not talking, you know, hydrilla or milfoil. That's stuff that was growing like bank grass. So obviously the water level was somewhere right there. Makes me think that the fish are going to be on the old water line, probably kind of in that vicinity, not right on the bank. Sometimes fish will flood the bank right as your body of water catches some water, but I don't think this one will. Could be wrong. I just have a feeling they'll be on the old water line, not the new one. Yeah, I'm not sure about top water, at least right now. I think I need to let the sun get beneath all the houses on this side and lower just in general for this to really become a player. Like I talked about, I've got a little Mach schooler on a flashy swimmer hook, basically acting as a Texas rig, but with a little flash to it. No way. There's one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, not a big one, but it's my first one. Skunk is off the bank, and that's a success at pond 103, baby. Not a huge one, but a nice Texas pond bass. Just as I had told you guys a second ago, on that old line where the water was a few days ago, got ourselves a good one on a version of the Skunk Buster. Because the schooler is such a small soft plastic jerkbait as compared to the caffeine shad, I need to put a little bit of weight on it to make it sink faster and cast easier. But that was what? I think it was first cast. So that is what I like to call a good sign. Honestly, working this thing a lot like a hard jerkbait in the fall. Jerk, 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 pause. Let it sit 2 seconds. Jerk, jerk, pause. And that fish came and nabbed it. Didn't really eat aggressively, but obviously thought it looked scrumptiddlyumptious. And if you're new to the 200 pond series all throughout 100 ponds, which by the way, I'll have that series linked down below, my previous 100 I fished. If I caught a bass in a pond, that was technically a success. But of course, I'm gonna catch some more, hopefully. I hope Taylor catches some, and we're gonna teach you guys things we learn. I am learning though that these fish are probably on the old line. And catching one on that thing makes me think that the Nico rig would also work. But I don't want to throw it unless I need to. I'm going to tilt my GoPro down so y'all can see this here. That is the stuff that was above water before it flooded. It's probably up. Looks to be at least a foot, and the fish are sitting on the old line, not the new line right here. And I just saw a fish bust over there and one right there, which are both in the vicinity of the old line. Matter of fact, I'm going to get myself one cast with the top water, kind of at the middle of the saddle. Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all saw that. A fish just busted on the other side on the old edge. Oh, and one more over there. They are getting active. Makes me think I need to not be throwing this big of a combo and I need my tiny little top water. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I really have time though to go back to the truck because sun is going down fast. So I'm gonna get my tackle bag here. This little guy right there. And hola, tiny guy. And this combo here is definitely too large. I say too large, verging on too large to throw a top water of this size. It's more of a shallow spool BFS style. But if I open up my brakes and loosen my spool tension, I can probably sling this thing. Oh no. Yeah, 7.3 medium heavy. Not the easiest, but it works. And this tiny little bitsy dog here is a lot closer in size to the bait fish these pond guys are eating. Oh, it's also much harder to walk on a 7.3 medium heavy. Goodness.
Oh gosh. I almost stepped on a snake. I may have to switch to a jig. How about a nice little swim jig? I'm just gonna work it on the bottom though, like a regular jig. All right, let's see about it. I'm gonna have to set the hook so hard with this rod because it is a whippy chatterbait rod. There's one. That hook set was crazy.
Oh, looks like Taylor's got one. I got one too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, get in here. We are doubled up halfway across the pond. That's fun. Did you see that hook set? Oh, he's got one. We got a double.
There we go. I cast it to the other bank, way over there, because I heard one jump, and this little guy decided he wanted it.
I just made a cast in that exact same area with the top water and did not get a bite. So obviously these fish want the old-fashioned skunk buster, the soft plastic jerk bait, and that one ate it. Hey, double up. Double up.
The hook set was crazy. I literally went like this and swung back. We got him though.
And that fish once again came on the old line. Such a stable pattern for ponds and lakes that are flooding is fish where they were, not where you think they are. And let me tell you, this little schooler on a flashy hook is working. I bet you a standard soft plastic jerkbait, just a weightless caffeine shad, also would work here, but maybe, just maybe, that blade has something to do with it. Matter of fact, reminds me of when I tried this in the 100 Pond series in Cincinnati, Ohio, at my buddy John's pond, and adding a blade to my jerkbait, I think was the reason that pond was a success. And that right there, folks, interesting. Let's give this bladed fluke a try. Oh dang, that actually looks really good in the water. Holy cow. Gosh, got one. Let's go. Skipped it underneath the tree. I also had a college tournament that I fished on Lake Murray in Oklahoma. Man, what was that, 10 years ago at this point, where the fish would only eat our Texas rig stick bait if we had a Colorado blade screwed into the tail of the worm. I think there's something to be said for adding a little flash to your lure. There's one. Oh, I had one. There he is. Oh, he dropped it again. And dang it, son of a biscuit, he dropped it twice. Now that I have a little more wind on this pond, I really think I need to put back on at least a slightly larger top water. I think I have a mid-size one. I'm just having too much trouble casting this one. And in any ripple, this thing has a really hard time walking back and forth. The Bitsy lures are fantastic, but I think they're mainly for really, you know, clean, calm water. And if it's still summer to fall time here in Southeast Texas, they should still be biting the top water somewhere. There we go. Cool, much easier. Let's keep going, folks. We are on a time crunch. Now, fishing a soft jerkbait fast is nothing new. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's how it was first intended. And I know that's how a lot of guys in blue herring, oh my gosh, there's one. In blue herring fisheries fish it for bass that are really schooling and chasing bait. Chill. Come on now. Thank you. Single scoop. But at least for me and my fishing habits, fishing this thing slow is usually how I find success with it. But when you're throwing a smaller one, you can get away with putting a weight on the hook and, in this scenario, a blade. And man, is it working. Not for any giants yet. Fall is usually not giant time. It's usually just catching numbers, and if I get a few bites, I'm happy. Well, I hope Taylor's caught another one. Let's check in on Taylor Cam.
Well, I have given up. and I'm walking back to the car because they don't like me and they don't like my swim jig. So I'm giving up. Bye.
Goodness. Holy cow. Whoa. As I'm burning it in. That was crazy. I'm like, I'm done with this cast. Nope, guess not. That was bananas. Biggest fish of the day, just healthy, big old belly. He was already blind in one eye, but I got him again in it. That's a habitual eye snagger right there. Wow, I mean, that was a voracious, that's not the right word, ravenous bite on the soft plastic jerkbait Mach Schooler, one of the baits that I had a hand in designing over at Mach Nation. And as always, I will have my tackle rods and reels linked down in the video description. Those are affiliate links. So if you're shopping for tackle at Tackle Warehouse and you're feeling generous, just go ahead and click any of those links before you make your cart. And literally anything you buy helps me out, not even stuff that I'm sponsored by. Just make your cart checkout and I get some credit for your purchase. I'm throwing the brand new Lose LFS series rod. As you can tell, bringing back the old-fashioned cork, but still awesome materials. I think this rod is like $120, an awesome price point, and especially this one here, the 6/8 medium fast action. It is so incredibly well balanced for soft and hard jerk baits. I mean, like, it sits perfect like that. Beautiful. The butt is just the right length, and I've got the Tournament Pro reel on here with some 12-pound Seaguar R18 fluorocarbon. It's the crazy expensive, to be honest, Japanese fluorocarbon, but it is so smooth. It casts unbelievably well. I'm usually not a believer in like high quality, I'm talking like premium lines, but this stuff is amazing. But of course, 12-pound basics or Invisex or whatever fluorocarbon you want to use, which I'll have linked below, would also work. And even though I've got the top water on, man, I just don't think I'm gonna throw it anymore. In my mind, I wanted to wait until, you know, the sun was down and get a good top water evening bite, but if they're just gonna keep biting this thing, I'd rather keep my percentages high of potentially getting a bite and just lock this bait in my hand. Man, it's dead calm. Oh, there's one. There's, ooh, nice one, nice one. Get in here, get in here. I knew I felt good vibes from this area. Yes, sir. Oh, skunk buster, more like stinking make a fishing day fantasticer. Good grief. Again, no giants, but what a little evening this has been. It seems to me like I've gotten all my bites on areas where the pond kind of widens out and I can actually stand closer to the bank. I'm not as restricted by nasty swamp land that I step on. I can actually get pretty close to the water. And I think that's because this bank line here is steeper than it is right there on that point where all the grass is. Once again, it rings true what I figured out today. These fish want to sit on the place they used to sit before the water came up a foot, not on the immediate edge they're at right here. Well, it looks to me like Taylor Cam has called it a day. If I wasn't having this much fun, I'd be calling it a day too. But man, we are fishing till dark, my friends. This is great.
All right, so somehow we made it back to the car, and I'm gonna do the unthinkable, the drop shot, Ned rig, dual combo. We're gonna hope and pray that I can catch a fish. I have a good feeling about it. Also changed my shoes because I was wet and couldn't deal with it anymore.
Ah, Taylor Cam's back. He took a break, but now he's here.
That didn't take long. It's a pretty good one too. Hey, first cast. Huh?
Was that first cast?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess they'll bite finesse stuff.
There we go. I lost my worm though. Oh, dude, he like inhaled the Ned rig. Why'd you go ahead and eat it like that, man?
And you know, I've seen many times in pond fishing where it's either a soft plastic day or a hard bait day. And today it's definitely the former.
All right, we got the hook at him. That's a nice one. First cast. Thank you, buddy. Now I need to go find a worm.
Oh, there we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big one. Big one. Come on. Come on. Watched him wake on it. Oh, I watched him wake on it. Get in here. Get your stinking butt. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Look at how he ate that Mach Schooler. I mean, just twitching it up shallow on the old edge of the grass line before it flooded. And holy cow, I mean, this thing gets him so good. That was one of the coolest bites I've ever seen. This fish right here, beautiful 3-pounder, waked on this soft plastic jerkbait. My goodness, folks, what a bite here at dusk. Taylor catches his biggest fish of the day, at least I think. Then I caught my biggest fish of the day. They are turning on. I kid you not. That was one of the coolest bites ever. I don't know how much light my GoPro has to have to be able to see that kind of thing, especially zoomed in, but that was stinking awesome. Just twitch, 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 and then a wake. And oftentimes when that happens, just give your bait a second. That fish will find it, and on the next twitch, he'll smoke it, and he did. Well, that was legitness. Can we get another? Ooh, I see one bust over there. We ain't done yet, folks. We are running out of daylight. I've got a beautiful morning. What is the song? Oh, I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. You know when Singing Tyler makes an appearance, it's been a fun episode. Well, welcome, folks, to my garage. I forgot to film an outro. But once again, another successful 200 Ponds episode is in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you appreciated it. I'm spending my Saturday morning, as y'all are watching this, building a lev rack. Well, my garage is an absolute mess, but we have a lev rack system that all my merch will go on, maybe some tackle will go on. Classic Saturday stuff. But I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday, hopefully catching a few fish or watching some college football. If you guys want to see my last episode of 200 Ponds, whammy. It'll be a clickable video up here in this corner. As always, my tackle is linked down below in the video description, and we'll see y'all next time on the next episode of 200 Ponds.